Sunday run day. Man, it completely stormed last night. I did not think I was going to get up and come out here this morning. I thought that I was going to probably run in the gym or, I don't know, not run. But I got up this morning. My body said get up and get out there and go run. So here we are. It's definitely not the perfect weather this morning. I love running with the sunrise and bright skies and beautiful things and birds chirping and all that stuff. But that's not what we got this morning. And that's okay. Things don't always go as planned and things don't always look the way that we want it to look, but that's okay. We have to get comfortable with being able to pivot. And that's one thing that I feel is super essential, being able to pivot. We make so many plans and, we want to do so many things and we have these grandiose ideas and these grand dreams. And, sometimes God will put like these ideas in, at least I'll speak for myself. God puts these ideas in my mind where I'm like, okay, I see this. And so then I start envisioning everything. And, you have to be able to visualize and manifest the things that you want, but sometimes we're so limited in what our world can produce because it may not be something that we've ever experienced or seen before, and so we only can go off of what we've had exposure to and what we've been able to see, and so we can limit ourselves in how we foresee things happening. So a lot of times when we get that idea or, we get that vision and we start creating that full picture and it doesn't come out that way, and it can disrupt our momentum. And sometimes, for some of us, I always try to speak for myself, but I do find this to be common when I have this conversation with other people. When we hit those moments that's not exactly what we envisioned, we sometimes look at that as something as redirection or we should be doing this. But again, because we're so limited in what we can visualize, you have to be open to that. To it may not look the way that you thought it would look, and then you have to be able to pivot. So I don't know, I think being flexible in direction and being able to know when to pivot, it's important for growth. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cold out here and I don't even feel 100% prepared. I don't have my fanny pack to hold my phone. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like that flexible mindset is another essential thing when it comes to allowing yourself the opportunity to grow and allowing yourself the opportunity to have the full human experience. I know that a lot of us can be stubborn and stuck in our ways, but there's a time where you have to learn that and understand that life is never going to unfold the way that you expected it to. And I think we all know that, but there's so much resistance and resentment almost in wanting to accept that. When things don't go our way, it can be upsetting and it can make somebody shut down. And it's like, but you already knew that it wouldn't go out. You already have the previous history of knowing that things don't always work out in your favor. But you also have the previous history of knowing that things oftentimes turn out better than you expected as well. You get to choose the mindset when it comes to how you approach adversity. And, I just encourage everybody to try to have a more optimistic mindset when it comes to those things. Because do you want to spend your energy being upset, or do you want to spend your energy, focus on the things that could happen, or it could go your way, or could become your reality. You get to decide what you want to focus on and how you want to focus on it. Nobody has that control over you but you. My experience being able to pivot, has helped me not fixate on what I want my life to look like or the expectations that I create. Because, essentially, I have no control. I think I got my fastest time this morning in the 5K. And I ran a completely different route this morning. Without music. Out of my norm, completely out of my norm. But it felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like doing something different, shaking it up. Sometimes introducing yourself, like I said last time, to new things. Just know how to pivot. Like if something disrupts your path, it's okay. Because, what's for you is always going to be for you. Life is always going to present the unexpected. And there's no way to predict or foresee things that you've never experienced before. And so with that is going to come different behaviors, different challenges, different lessons. It's going to require a difference and a shift. And being able to pivot is essential because I look at us like water. We have to be able to flow through life like water. It's clear you have a sense of direction, but you have to be flexible and be able to move with the tides and the currents. And I feel like our experiences, the lessons we learn along the way, and, the challenges and the adversities that we face, those are the currents and those are the tides that push us in the direction that we're meant to be going. But even when you're in that direction, it's important not to be stagnant and not to be stuck in one place, because you have to be able to be flexible with the different changes that come. So this week, I'm focusing on how to be more flexible, how not to be so stuck in my ways, not to be so fixated on my desires to where it distracts me from the lessons I'm meant to learn along the way to help build me and strengthen me and prepare me for the blessings that's coming my way. You can't expect, new blessings in your life and remaining as the same person. We're required to grow, to experience those things. So I'm always going to focus on the different variables that help us grow. And last week, I talked about challenging yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to experience something new. And this week, I encourage you to face that something new and face that challenge with complete flexibility. Being able to pivot in those moments that feel difficult in that new challenge or that new experience. Like if you're trying to build a routine or you're trying to obtain something you've never obtained before and it's a new challenge for you, it's also important for you to be flexible and be able to pivot in that challenge. If you want something different, you have to be different. You can't stay the same. I'm on this journey with you. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're facing, whatever test you're going through right now, you're not alone. We're all just trying to, be our best selves and reach our goals and reach our dreams. So continue to challenge yourself. Be able to be flexible. Be able to pivot. Continue to show up for yourself.